wait for it. And hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geek Battle Show here on the Extreme Improv Extremed YouTube channel, as well as the Geek Battle YouTube channel. Now, on tonight's show, we're going to be talking about all kinds of things, and from the world of geek movies, comic books, superheroes, and everything else in between, TV shows. If there's something geeky out there, I'm sure we will cover it if it's happening in the world. We're also going to have some fun and games. This is a new era of Geek Battle, and to kick things off, you see the guys here, but I think we should go on to our brand new intro theme. So here we go.
Welcome to the Geek Battle Zone. We discuss comics and puny minds are blown. We debate Marvel versus DC, Skeletor, X-Men, and Ron Weasley. Judge David slams down the gavel and cap dreams of Henry Cavill. It's a Geek Battle stream, nerd rage as we assemble our Geek Avengers team. Welcome to the Geek Battle party. We are the Justice League and our Batman is Marty. Say Hitler's a Tim as movies are greenlit. Every new movie that's already seen it. Xbox, Star Wars, and Star Riders. He-Man, Star Trek, and David loves spiders. We battle as Marvel and Disney loves Blink, and we try to crown the Geek of the Week. It's the Geek Battle Show. Welcome to the Geek Battleground, where we use the Force and the One Ring is found. Cap is wrong about Resident Evil 6, and everyone watch out, cause oh shit is thick. Gerald and Tim and Diz will try to win at the Geek Battle quiz. David and Dave will confuse their crew as they dive in the TARDIS of Doctor Who. Watch out now, we're full of hot takes. Doc Courtney is garbage, but Red Dwarf is great. You love Sega, I love Nintendo, but in the Geek Battle, we are all friendos. Oh, it's a Geek Battle show. Oh, the Geek Battle show. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Geek Battle show.
Yes, so there we go.
Wow.
That was freaking epic.
Thank you. It was intended to be epic. That was what I was going for.
Why did it look like that TARDIS came out of that dude's mouth?
Yeah, that was Nick Cage. That was Nick Cage's mouth. So yeah.
Yeah. One
Get
of
a lot of
the
references
times
in.
the case of Nick Cage's mouth was he was like, dude, I have a TARDIS in my mouth.
Yeah, well, do you know what? Like, if you're a Doctor Who fan, it's like on a lot of the classic Doctor Who things, as it flies through space, you do see a glimpse of someone's face.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, should I put one of ours? Well, I had this brilliant photo of Nick Cage, and I was just like, I'll use that. So,
I don't
yeah.
know why Nick Cage kind of like Shatner.
Sorry, what was this?
I don't know why my Nick Cage always sounds like William Shatner.
Oh, hang on. Right. So, well, does he? Is that a thing?
Actually, I don't think. Well, he did. Well, no. He
when he yells out, he does sound like Tom.
In Hit Girl, he was intentionally trying to sound like Adam West.
Yeah. You're right. Actually, I remember him.
Which is it's kind of Shatner-esque.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
But when I was just doing Nick Cage, it's like, why is there a TARDIS coming out of my mouth? I said it with Shatner's inflection.
Oh, there we go. So anyway, so this is a new era of Geek Battle, and we're gonna have several different segments on the show. We're going to talk about all the same geeky stuff that we usually do, and we're also, of course, going to play a few games in the quest of naming our geek of the week. So starting things off, as we always would traditionally do, we're going to begin with our introductions round, where we will be in the quest for a bonus point by giving a random geek fact. Starting off with Capel Fave, say hello to the people and give us a random geek trivia fact.
Hail, my Geektonians from the land of leopards, elephants, and crocodiles, and also where Resident Evil 6 was the awesomest game ever. It's me, Capo
You're
there.
trash mouth, Cap.
Yes, I noticed. But he did turn me into Leon Avatar, so I forgive him for that.
That was kind of cool.
Cap, Cap. I'll just say here, Cap. I did give you 2 doses in there, and both of them were like, because you have strong feelings about Resident Evil and Henry Cavill, so I had to acknowledge them. But you did get 2 strong references.
I have to share the Henry Cavill with all of you guys, because you're the one who ended up making the whole photo collage, so you're much more creepy about him than me.
Fair play.
I
Okay.
just saw that you didn't put a Sam Jackson reference in the collage.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, Cap. I forgot this. 1 second. I have noticed it's just unusual for you to be here already. So, anyway, the Samuel L. Jackson reference is there. I don't even know if Nick saw it. Nick, did you even see that? Did you even see it? I think you started laughing. You missed it.
I did see it.
One more time.
That's fantastic. I'm going to
Within the
leave
fullness
and
of
come back
time.
just so you can see that one more time.
We'll get it later. On with the introductions round. Cap, Faith, do you have a random geek trivia fact for us?
Yes, I do. We have to actually fully mapped a fruit fly's brain. 140 million neurons or something like that. And we fully mapped it out. We even put it in a computer and we gave it stimulus to see if, can it work on its own. And when we give stimulus, when we induct food in it, it was like, move your mouth and go eat it. So it kind of, goes to show that free will could be, we just body meat suits. And the meat dies, nothing else.
Okay. Well, worth a point, I'm sure. So, Marty, say hello to the people, introduce yourself, and give us a random geek trivia fact.
Hi, this is Marty. And since I've been mostly on the couch watching movies this week, I rewatched Predator 2, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of who they were thinking about casting before they cast different people. And I mean, we all know that Jean-Claude Van Damme was the original Predator in the first movie in a really, really, really bad monster costume.
I'm going to find the photo as you say this.
But in the second movie, they finally landed on Danny Glover, but originally they thought about several other people, amongst who were Steven Seagal.
Wow.
Can you imagine Steven Seagal in Predator 2?
I
just don't know.
That's fascinating. I never knew that. Has Seagal actually ever been in a big franchise movie?
A franchise, no. I think the closest he ever came wasn't he. Remember that movie where was it Kurt Russell as the president?
Oh.
And,
Yeah.
Executive Decision or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like
Steven
that
Seagal
movie,
played like a rescue SWAT type person.
Wasn't the rumor that they killed this character off abruptly just to get rid of him?
Yeah.
I would not doubt it.
Okay, I think that is true. Also, fun fact: if you search Jean-Claude Van Damme Predator, it comes up with things that you don't want to know about. But I'm joking entirely. Right, okay, that is entirely a joke. So here is Jean-Claude Van Damme as Predator, and so that was the original costume there. It's just crazy.
Jesus.
I think I read that they did do a comic or something once that used that character design, but I think they should. They should bring this back. I'd love that.
It kind of looks like the new Predator's bone mask, right? It kind of looks like that.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. There is an element of it there. There is an
Oh
element,
yeah,
you're right.
I can see that.
Okay, so just very quickly on that, Marty, have you seen the new Alien movie that came out a month ago or whenever it was?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of that, out of interest?
I thought they put all the other Alien movies in a blender and came up with that.
Oh, okay. It wasn't bad though, right? It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't terrible. It didn't do anything new.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. But in
And
terms of the Go
I
on.
didn't care about anybody that got killed because they were all young millennials.
True as well. Okay, fantastic. Who should we come to next? Oh, I think I know who. Okay, I'm going to make a graphic for everyone. You start like I really injured my back a few days ago, as everyone now knows. But yeah, so I haven't had time to get graphics.
And he did all of this in that 1 week.
Yeah,
David and I are both playing injured today.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like see-through as well, which isn't helping things. But Nick, say hello to the people and give us a random geek trivia.
Hello to the people. My name is Nick from Virginia. My geek fact of the week is somebody once ordered a pizza through Minecraft. It took him about 3 months to build a working telephone that they could actually use through their dial-up modem. Not dial-up, but through their modem, and make a phone call and actually order a pizza or delivery.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, how do the people do these things in Minecraft? Didn't someone once make it so they ported Doom that was playable in Minecraft? How do you order a pizza to the real world in Minecraft?
I don't know. That's why I am not a Minecraft scientist, nor do I claim to be, but I think it was a cool thing.
I seriously hope that is a real profession. Okay, Nick, that is worth a bonus point. And what?
Hold on, but can my point be pixelated?
What?
Can my point be pixelated?
Can your point be pixelated?
Yes.
I'm going to say yes without understanding what that means. Right, so Dave MC, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people, I am Dave MC here in Paris, France, and with strange noises outside, I'll try to get a geek fact out. So, in the 1960s, they did a Doctor Who Dalek story where the Daleks were trying to understand the human factor. They tried to inject it into themselves so they could understand why humans beat them so much or why in the future they have the war with them. And in the end of the story, they all seemingly died. They all seemingly died out in the end, with the Emperor being the only survivor. However, not scrapping the idea, there was later a comic book showing the Dalek-human hybrids living on another world, hidden away from the Daleks. The Doctor did discover them, and sadly, he actually brought the real Daleks in to destroy them, as the human Daleks were more dangerous than the actual Daleks themselves.
Oh, wow. What story was this?
Oh, it was, the name escapes me right now. It was with Paul McGann, but they used the Eighth Doctor for...
Oh, okay. No. So
yeah.
This was audio?
No, it wasn't an audio. It was a comic book.
Oh, okay.
What did
I know your opinion on audio books, so I'm not saying them.
What did the human hybrid Daleks look like?
They literally...
That was going to be my question. Why are they more dangerous? Do they have legs?
No. So, well, they did do a actual humanoid-looking Dalek in 2007 with David Tennant's Doctor. But in the 60s, they actually just had normal Daleks, the normal casing with the mutants inside, but they just had human genes inside them, which made them impure to the Daleks.
Yeah.
The reason they were more dangerous is because they were able to think and use their emotions. They were able to manipulate people easier with their emotions.
Okay, so I can bring up the one from the David Tennant era, like...
Oh, God, no.
Now, I've got mixed feelings on this. I don't know about anyone else, but we'll take a quick look at what they did with it here. So, it was just like...
That's cool.
The fact he was taking a pinstripe suit, or whatever.
That's an awesome suit, though.
Mm.
I would not have used that tie, though.
Well, no, like, here's the thing. I remember when this was first thing. They were like, the mask of this is going to be the biggest thing at Christmas, like the biggest toy for kids. The mask.
I remember that.
But it was just in one episode. Like, if you get a Cyberman mask, the Cybermen were in 50 stories. So I don't know. They didn't take that into, oh, this is a new race on their own planet that can never re-emerge or do anything again. So I thought that was a wasted opportunity. Right. Anyway, guys, so we have, and my name is David Postansky. I don't know if I already said that or not. But we are going to go on to our next round. Now, there are going to be more games. We're still going to have all of the chat, all of the reviews, looking at the news and stuff like this as well. But I think just to, before we get like tied into all of our chat and everything about what's been going on in the world of geekiness, let's play a game. So, for this game, we're going to play a game of Name 20. Name 20. And the way it works is that I will get a random topic where you have to try to outbid each other to say what you can name 20 of. So if I start off with naming 20 Lord of the Rings characters, who is going to give the opening bid? I'm going to roll the dice, in fact, and it's going to be, well, we're going to start at the beginning. Dave, do you believe, how many Lord of the Rings characters do you believe you can name?
Are we talking films, books? Are we talking as a general whole?
So I'm going to say Lord of the Rings without it extending. So let's say Lord of the Rings books is acceptable and the Lord of the Rings film. Anything that... Is the audio going weird? Can anyone else hear that?
That's a buzzing, yeah.
There is a weed eater outside my window.
Oh, that's okay. As long as it wasn't my laptop about to explode.
No, they picked the right time to do yard work, of course.
No, it's all good. So, Dave. So, yeah, not Silmarillion, not...
So I couldn't name the gods, for example.
If they are characters that you see on screen or
No. Okay.
actively in the books, but
Okay.
otherwise we'll say no.
What about
So
games?
what's your bid to name?
I think I could get at least 20.
You going to say you can name all 20?
I think I can do 20.
Okay, so does anyone want to outbid the opening bid of 20?
I'm out.
You're out, Marty? Okay, so Dave, the way this will work, so I'll clarify, if you wish to lower your bid, I'll clarify this. If you fail to name all 20, everyone else will get a point and you will not. So do you want to keep your bid 20 or do you want to start with a lower bid?
No,
Yes,
can I... 15? I'll say
okay,
15.
so 15, that means anyone else could try to outbid you. Marty?
Okay.
Well, is this a specific list or we just any 20 characters?
Any 20 characters.
Okay.
You know, we can fact check it if we think we're just making up the characters like Bob Bow and like Fran Wise and stuff like this without giving away hints like that. So if we think we're bullshitting, if we find anyone's bullshitting, they get minus points, okay? If anyone tries to chance it, minus points. So 15 is the bid. I won't outbid this, but I think I could do it. But Dave, again, there'll be a countdown for you to get the next character in.
Okay.
And begin.
Bilbo, Gandalf, Frodo, Sam, Pippin, Merry, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Galadriel, Arwen, Elrond, Sauron, Radagast, Saruman.
Oh, okay. Do you know what? I said the books as well. Radagast are allowed. So we'll say that you did it. You did it. If it was the films, you'd have screwed up there. But
Radagast appears in The Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
Yeah, that's not the Lord of the Rings, though, is it, guys? Come on.
Yes.
Right.
I will argue that Lord of the Rings is The Hobbit. It's
Okay.
part of the world.
Oh, okay. Okay, I might have
It's all
misinterpreted
good.
that a
It's
little
all
bit.
good. This is a friendly zone, right? We're not going to be super harsh. Just we're getting the idea of how the round works. Okay. For the next one, we're going to go in order. So we'll come to Nick, and let's get the random thing that you're going to have to name. Okay. So Nick, your subject matter to name is Marvel villains. Marvel villains. What is the bid of how many you think you can name?
10.
10. Does anyone think they can outbid 10?
I'm starting low.
20, I can try.
Wait, you think you can? What's your bid? 15 or 20, Cap?
I'll go 15.
15. Nick or anyone else? Does anyone think they can top that?
Wait, can't I name characters that Nick didn't? Or do I have to?
Well, no,
can I name?
you're attempting to steal it rather than Nick. Nick, do you want to try to outbid him again?
What is the bid? 20?
15.
I'll do 17.
Okay,
18.
anyone want 18? Dave's up to 18. Anyone want to go to 19?
I'll do 19.
19. Anyone going to take it to the full 20?
I really want to. I really want to. I'll do it. Oh, go on then. For the sake of fun, I'll do it. 20.
Okay. I just realised that Dave's just going to take every subject now. Okay, you've got to name full 20 Marvel villains. We're all going to fact check this and help each other. Dave, it's your show today. Go for it.
So I do it. Not Nick doing it, but I do it.
You got to do it.
Right, shit. Okay.
Right, your time begins now.
Oh shit. You have to do
Lizard.
it.
Okay. Just let he's on. Go.
Lizard, Green Goblin, Shocker, Hobgoblin, Jack-o'-lantern, Venom, Warmonger. Oh god. Fin Fang Foom, Doctor Doom, Agatha Harkness, Hydra, Red Skull, AIM.
Hydra a character.
Hydra's not a character.
No. Hydra's an organization.
Oh,
Hydra's
no,
not a
it's not
character, though.
Dave,
Now, you would have said Hydra Bob, I would have let
everyone
it
else. Sorry about that. We've got to play it a little bit.
That's okay.
Okay, so everyone has scored a point off of Dave's back there. This is why, you know, you've got to be
Yay!
careful.
Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
Okay, Marty, let's find out what you will have to name. And the characters, well, not necessarily characters. You have Harry Potter characters. How many do you think you can name?
Ewan must be dying right now.
True.
I can do 20, I think.
Whoa, you're going straight for the 20.
I can do
think
25.
so.
Okay, well, I won't ask for bids more than 20 because we might just get up to whatever. If someone's going for 20, we'll say they get the opportunity to take it. Okay, Marty, your time begins now.
Harry, Hermione, Ron, Hagrid, Minerva McGonagall, Dumbledore, Snape, Voldemort, you know what? Mrs. Weasley. Shit.
Oh, that's just out of time, Marty. Just out of time.
Yeah.
So
Can
once
I-
again, we give a point.
I
to
try-
everyone.
My brain just won't work fast enough.
Can I
No,
try
I
to steal?
understand it.
Can I try to steal?
No, you should have bid if you wanted to steal. Okay, he's gone. Look,
You said
Nick.
20.
Okay, let's see if you can do 20. You've got to go though. Go, because you didn't have a turn earlier.
Albus Dumbledore, Harry Potter, Severus Snape, Minerva McGonagall, Ruby Tiger, Ron Weasley, Arthur Weasley, Molly Weasley, Draco Malfoy, Narcissa Malfoy, Snape.
You said Snape.
You had Snape. Oh, he risked it all, and he minuses a point. Oh, it's a tough old game.
Do we still get our points?
Yeah, you've already got your points. Nick just gave his away. Right, okay. So we'll work out the full way this game works. Okay, now, let's see. Capital Fave, can you name... How many characters can you bid to name of Simpsons characters? Random
Why?
list.
Why?
It's a random list, my friend. How many can you name?
2?
2? Okay, anyone want to outbid 2?
15.
3.
3. Okay, Dave, are you going to outbid?
What was it?
15 from Nick.
15. I'll do 16.
I'll do 17.
Oh, you're in on this.
Oh, yeah, what just... Oh, you're the host of the show. You don't get to join in, Mother Hubbard. Right, yeah, of course I do.
Who would say something like that?
Yeah,
18.
exactly. 18. 19.
Go for it.
Ah, shit. Okay, you've got to adjudicate me, okay? Who's going to adjudicate me? Ready?
I got
I
you.
got you.
Okay.
We got you back.
Okay. Homer, Marge, Bart,
Yeah.
Lisa,
Yeah.
Maggie,
Yep.
Grandpa,
Yeah.
Patty,
Yeah.
Selma,
Yep.
Jacqueline Bouvier, Mr. Burns, Smithers,
Yep.
Lenny,
Yep.
Carl,
Yeah.
Martin, Millhouse,
Yeah.
Nelson, Janie, Mrs. Krabappel, Principal Seymour Skinner, and Otto. Boom. There we go.
Bam.
I also would have accepted Armin Tanzarian.
Do you know what? I lost my thought. I was going to at the end say Superintendent Chalmers, and then I suddenly panicked. Right, that's why we ended up with the random Otto Man at the end. So I get a point.
Otto Man is awesome.
Okay, good. Now, everyone has had a chance to name something except for Capelfave. So, Cap, I will give you one final chance, and let's see what you've got to name. Right? Could you name, for us, let's see what we've got here. Okay, someone suggest a topic. None of these topics are actually usable.
Magic the Gathering trading cards.
No.
No,
Hanna-Barbera cartoon character.
I love it. Okay, Cap, go on.
That's a
Can you
great
name,
one.
how many Hanna-Barbera characters can you name?
I mean, probably 15, I think.
Okay, we're going to let you do it. So everyone gets a turn today. Right? We might not
Okay.
do this in the future. But ready? Go for it.
Tom, Jerry, Butch, Spike, Droopy, Scooby, Shaggy, Fred, Velma, Daphne, Thorin, who's next? Yogi Bear, and Boo Boo Bear, the Ranger. One more. Jerry's cousin.
No, we're not going to quite allow it.
No.
Cap, we give a point to everyone else from that. So,
I want to
with
say
this-
one thing. Technically, Jerry is not a Hanna-Barbera character. He was created several years before Hanna-Barbera for a musical with oh shit, what's his dancer's name?
Who?
Oh shit, it's Nick. Hang on, you've just said it yourself now.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Already over milked it. Wait, you're saying
Wait,
Jerry
what
the
was the-
Mouse?
Yeah, Jerry the Mouse was not is not an original creation by Hanna-Barbera.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Oh my god, we're going to have to fact check this. Right,
I'm working on it.
Jerry
Also, I
Mouse.
forgot Scrappy Doo. It's a crime
there
against
you go.
nature.
Well,
That's
Jim
been
Kelly,
the
there you go.
In your defense, Cap, everybody forgot Scrappy-Doo.
Jerry Mouse was in some movies.
Yeah, so he was it. So you're right, Nick. He was in a thing with Gene Kelly, but
Right.
he was by MGM before he was with Tom and Jerry.
Hang on, I've got the answer here according to our good friends.
Oh,
at
that was
Wikipedia.
after.
It says created by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera.
Yep.
Okay. So,
Okay.
fair play. Now, guys, let's talk about things that we've seen, give some hot takes, and whatever reactions to stuff that we've got going on. Capelfave, what have you got for us?
Well, two things. First of all, I have started watching Substance. I think I'm into 30 minutes of it. I have fully finished the film, David. It's hard. I need to finish a lot of other stuff too. So 30 minutes into
Capelfave.
it.
Capelfave.
Yes.
It's a movie. You watch.
I do. I just don't have the time.
Oh my
dear.
god.
Okay, so 30 minutes in, nice butt shot, by the way, David. This movie is full of them, but it's nice. Most of it is very nice butt shots. So only one butt shot so far is bad.
This is like one of these reviews where the more he speaks, the bigger the hole he digs for. So far, your review is. I only watched 30 minutes of it, which suggests it wasn't probably through usual means. But then there were some butt shots, very nice butt shots, actually. Right.
I want to say one.
For the most part of it, right? I really don't understand the character in the sense, like, can I spoil the movie or should I?
No,
give you
don't.
No,
spoil
no,
this
no, no, no,
movie.
no, 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 no,
Don't
no.
spoil
Okay,
this movie.
I won't give you spoilers. One aspect I still don't get it, but still don't get the horror element. Maybe it comes after, but so far the body horror is the only thing that's creeping me out. But other than that, it's normal.
Yeah, well,
like,
I won't. Okay, we'll get you. Gotta watch at least the whole movie before we get into the subs.
Second
is
thing
really
I
good.
want to get off my chest.
I think it's a really good film. Go on, Nick.
The second thing I want to get off my
Oh, hang on,
chest
sorry.
is that
Yeah, go on,
I'm
go
on
on.
Mass Effect Part. I'm
You're
on
on
Mass
Mass
Effect
Effect
Part
Part
3. Yes, this is the final game of it. That's why I don't have time. Okay, that's the only thing I can do right now after doing other stuff. Uh, I've been enjoying it really well. Bit sad about some characters dying, and there's no way to save them unless you make the wrong choice. Otherwise, you have to kill off certain characters. But other than that, the game is really good, and they post a very interesting take on artificial intelligence, which I really like. So in this one, other than like AI became aware or it became by its own programming became evil, like Ultron, we wanted to save humanity, and I thought the only way to save humanity is kill humanity. And Skynet was like, oh, we need to defend the humans against these enemies. Humans are the enemies. Let's kill them all. That's not the thing with here. It's basically AI became self-aware and asked the question, do I have a soul? What is this? It's basically started asking questions that humans started asking, which actually led to a good thing. And also it's sentient life like we do. It's like, oh shit, it's self-aware, we need to kill it. And that's what led to the robot revolution. But in this game, you do have a good perspective where you can, give sentience to the AI and let them be free and do whatever they want. You get a half choice where AI can exist with humans, which is a very nice touch that I really approve. Because the one thing with AI, the things, right? There's an interesting question that one character brings up is that we, biological life, don't know who created us. There's a mystery to us. We know maybe we random, or there could be an intelligent design. But with AI, artificial intelligence, and robots, they know we created them. And they know the purpose that we had for them is to create manual labor. That's all we envisioned for them. So they know we are fallible, and we basically having robot slaves. If they become sentient, they're going to view them as slaves. So that's why they started asking interesting questions. And they make you really empathize with the robot, because like when AI became intelligent, the aliens tried to destroy them, and the robot keeps asking, I am functional, I am ready to do your task. Why are you trying to kill me? I'm only asking questions. It's a very good empathetic take on machines as well. And we think like life itself is consciousness. You sometimes have to respect artificial consciousness itself, because otherwise we're just meat suits with programming on our own.
Do you know what? Like, okay, so you bring up like loads of interesting points there. So, firstly, I posed the question back: what if, like, we think we created the robots, but they actually created us? Because I'm sure that's been done in films before as well, where the creator, turns out to be the created. And in fact, this might be a spoiler, but it's old now. Wasn't that the case in Westworld? Like in Westworld, do you remember that show?
Yeah, I know Westworld, but I...
Yeah, so wasn't it like the guy that was like the creator of the robots turned out to be a robot himself?
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah. So we think we're creating the robots. Maybe they're just coming to the surface, and we think we've created them. I'm gonna give you a real world example of my interaction with AI, from a few days ago. So I was like you guys know, I've recently watched all of the Rings of Power, and within
I'm
my
sorry to hear that. I'm
it's
sorry for
very
your
sorry
loss.
to hear that. Right. It wasn't as bad as what I thought the first time around. But anyway, in trying to understand where things deviated from the stories and everything, I was going into like a deep lore, like Wikipedia hunt and stuff like this. And eventually I was just like, if I need to get specific answers, I'll just ask Copilot, which is like Microsoft's AI thing. And I said, like, just chatting about this, like the character Sauron, and okay, his rise to power. We ended up speaking about the Silmarillion, and I was like, actually, I never really thought about, what's the word Silmarillion mean? And he was like, well, there are the jewels, the Silmarils, right?
Mhm.
I was like, what's Silmarillion? What does that word mean? And Copilot then said to me that Silmarillion, with that full word, is to give the context of a collection of stories about the Silmarils. And I was like, so Silmarillion. So Ian is like, that means a collection? I was like, can you give me other examples where this is used? And it said to me that like a chronion is like a chronological collection, a story of chronological stories. A mythian is a collection of stories about myths. And I was like, okay, what's the etymology of this? I was getting in deep with Copilot here. What's the etymology for the history of why this means a collection. And then it said, well, you get the end ION on a word, and it might denote like something happening, like a definition, like a meaning, an action, and stuff like this. And within its answer, it didn't mention a collection of stories at all. I was like, this contradicts what you just said. And it said, well, I was just giving an example of what Tolkien could have done. And I was like, so you lied to me to bridge a gap in your knowledge and make a point. And he's like, thanks for calling me out, David, it said to me. You gave me the wrong information. You invented it just so that you'd have an answer.
You lied to me, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. And then and here's the thing. When I was like, if I'd taken that, I'd have been misinformed. It was then like, I'm so sorry. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I was like, why did you fail to do this? Do you learn from this conversation? And it's like, because of guidelines, we're not allowed to learn from individual conversations. And then it killed the conversation dead. And I was like, this sucker is more aware than it lets on to be. And it's just lying to people with answers. Lying.
It bullshits more than 10, but like in ChatGPT, other than Copilot, you have specifics now. Like ChatGPT has built certain algorithms for certain things. So if you want to go on research on specific subjects, even there's a ChatGPT section for law, you just need to activate the certain things. So far, like in the specific algorithms, they mostly give you the accurate information. It hasn't done anything bad so far from my account. But by general ChatGPT and Copilot, they do that. It has happened to me more than once where I'm on a subject and it goes like, fuck you, I'm out.
Yeah, so it does that. But also, here's the thing. People, when they complain about AI, they'll say it scrapes the internet. So basically, it gets all of the information from all of these websites and stuff so it can give the answers. How did it invent things that don't actually exist? There is no such word as Mythian and Cronian. And when I look them up, I can't find them anywhere. So where did it draw this information from? It's becoming self-aware, guys, I'm telling you.
It sounds like a politician. Chat GPT for president.
Well, you know what? I think we spoke about it like on last week's show. Did you guys see the robots that like Tesla are doing, right?
Oh.
Okay. Now, hang on. Let me I brought this up a moment ago. The director of iRobot, the movie with Will Smith, has shown this comparison, complaining that they've literally just ripped off the designs. So it is literally, iRobot is only set in something like the year 2036 or something. Like we're within the time period where we're actually now slightly catching up, or may even be ahead of what happened in like that movie. It's getting freaky.
Yeah,
well,
like with
if they get Alan Tudyk to do the voices of these, run.
Okay, if they get who?
Alan Tudyk, because he did the motion capture and the voice for the one in the movie.
Oh, Sonny in the movie. Okay, I didn't know who that actor was.
Yeah.
They should do that. They should do that.
You don't know who Alan Tudyk is? Come on,
I didn't
David.
know.
How do you call yourself a geek and you don't know David? He's what in fucking Night Sale?
What's that?
You've never seen a Night Sale?
How many points do I need to deduct here, Nick? I'm not sure. Right. Okay, hang on. In fact, guys... Right, hang on.
Yeah, go.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like we're experiencing... This is just an excuse for me to use another of my little video gimmicks. We're experiencing some nerd rage. Nerd rage!
I do have to say with words and things, so every language is technically algorithmic. We use algorithmic in our brains to actually say what we want.
Right.
So it can actually do, make stuff up. Making stuff is the one is easy for ChatGPT. Giving you accurate information is the hardest one because it takes a lot of computing power to actually scour the internet to find you the accurate details because the internet is like mega billions of data. So it's much easier for it to make stuff up and go, yeah, that was real. And when you call up on it, fine. That's pretty much the other time.
Okay, so I don't know who that guy is that did the voice of Sonny in that thing. I can try to look it up. But I think they should actually get Arnold Schwarzenegger to do the voice for it. How funny would that
Let me
be?
do your laundry.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm crossing the road, get down.
Imagine if like the Mass Effect scenario happens with Arnold's robot. Like, do I have a soul?
Yeah.
I
What
just
is
had
the meaning of life?
I just
I
had
have-
sex with a Cybertruck.
I have washed your underwear, Mr. President.
Oh my god. Right, anyway, so I'm sure we've got some more hot takes on stuff, but Marty, you mentioned to me yesterday that you'd seen some of Agatha all along. Now, Nick is an avid viewer of this. I've only seen the first 3 episodes, admittedly. Marty, give us your thoughts. Nick will come to you as well about what you've seen in this week's episode or whatever. But Marty, what's your thoughts on the show so far?
Yeah, I'm not completely caught up because the new episode hit last night, and
Yeah,
my wife had to work late, and we watch it together. So I'm sure we'll try and watch it tonight.
Sure.
So far, I'll be honest with you. I think the first 2 episodes, I was really starting to think, oh my gosh, this might be the best TV show that Marvel's done in a while. But then after that, it started kind of falling into this formulaic, almost like Marvel's version of Hocus Pocus kind of thing. And not to say that I'm not enjoying it, because they have good people in it. I quite like Patty LuPone. I like Aubrey Plaza. I like Catherine Hahn. I will say this: if they sing the song one more goddamn time, I'm going to kill myself.
Yes. Okay. Do you know what? When there was this really long song in like episode 2, I was really like, I'm just like, it lost me there. I have powered through. I've watched episode 3 and the first few minutes of episode 4, but that's as far as I've got. Nick, are you up to date on the newest episode?
I am up to date.
Okay.
So,
don't give any spoilers, but
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
So I honestly believe that. So yes, I agree with what Marty says. However, this episode that just aired today, I watched it last night it was the episode that technically aired last night when is a game changer for the rest of the series. Like, I really liked what they did with the character that they focused on the story on. They explained a lot of questions that I had.
Yeah.
You talking about the kid?
Yeah,
Okay.
they do a lot of the kid's backstory.
Dave, did you shake your head no?
Dave or David?
Dave.
What did I do?
Dave froze.
Yeah. Are you watching it?
Agatha? No, I'm not watching Agatha all along.
Okay. I thought while Nick was talking, you were just going, no.
Nope.
Do you know what though? Like, it's an interesting thought. It didn't capture me enough where I felt like it was essential viewing. It's interesting that you say that it's like the best Marvel show for you, Marty, that you think you've seen in however long or whatever.
In a while. Yeah.
Well, you know, there was Echo. Echo was better than I thought it was going to be. Was that at the very beginning of this?
watch it.
Oh, do you
I
know what?
watched the first episode of Echo, and I was like, I don't like these. I like the character of Echo, but I don't like the way that they're dealing with the character. If that makes sense.
I thought that show was a lot better than it had any right to be.
Well,
I thought-
fair enough. I was at a point where I was fed up with Marvel at that time, and I did not want to waste any more of my time with them.
Yeah. Has there been any other shows this year? I think there was another. Was there another one? Was that it? When was What If? Was that the end of last year?
What If 2 was this year?
I didn't.
Which one?
I only saw the first 2 episodes of What If season 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
I did
first
not
season
see
of
What If season 2.
I didn't either.
What If? I really on the topic of What If, I really liked What If, and then I didn't like season 2 at all.
Oh wow!
But I
I don't
haven't.
like What If at all.
You didn't like any of it, Cap?
Nope.
But
Yeah.
I have a
Some of
question
it
for
was
Marty.
I
really
hate it.
good.
I hated the animation style, and also I hated most of the storylines.
Wow.
The only bit I liked were the threw a draw on Loki and Captain Marvel, but I also like the bit where Loki and Thor are best brothers now because they're not actually brothers. He's an actual king for the North, and they're like, "Oh, we're best buddies now." That was a nice touch. I like that one.
Yeah.
For me, the season finale of the first season of What If, it's a 2-part story, and I would say the first part of it holds up to any of the actual Avengers movies, as that they could have used this concept for an actual Avengers movie. I thought it was really cool. The second part of it, I thought it dropped off massively.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I was coming off of the want of watching the Marvels, Quantumania,
Yeah.
and whatever else piece of crap they had put out around that time, and I was just kind of like, I was super disappointed and done with them for a while.
Yeah.
What do you think Guardians and Deadpool versus Wolverine? What do you think of those two films?
What was the first one?
Guardians 3 and Deadpool and Wolverine.
I didn't like Guardians 3. I thought Deadpool and Wolverine was very entertaining, but beyond that, I didn't think it had a lot of depth or anything. It just
Right, but so
it could have been a gateway to fixing all these multiverse problems. But instead, they just did one long superhero dick fart joke movie.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's Deadpool. What are your expectations of any?
Yeah, well, it's Deadpool, but it's not Wolverine.
I agree. Do you know what? I agree. Other than the scene where it got like X-23 speaking to Wolverine, and it was just pretty much that was the only one where I felt like it got into any sort of more deep character emotion stuff with Wolverine. Otherwise, I didn't feel Wolverine was as interesting as he is in the other movies. Otherwise, he was just angry at Deadpool all the time.
I think he was kind of made as the show pony joke. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, you're here just as a show pony. I think Deadpool makes that very clear every time he speaks to him.
But don't waste bringing back Wolverine just for that reason. You know, they could have taken a bit more.
I do like when Deadpool and Wolverine are, hashing it out in the car when they have a very heated.
Oh, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of very entertaining, funny stuff. Like when they show all the variant Wolverines from the comics, like the Short King and the brown costume and all that kind of stuff. It's all really cool, and it's all geek service. But how does it propel Marvel into the future?
My favorite joke in that movie.
I did think, Marty, before the film came out, my hope was I was telling this to everyone, that Deadpool just comes and kills off all the terrible shows and movies that has happened after Endgame. Deadpool just goes on a killing spree. I would love to see that film. That was my expectation, that I would have loved it if that happened.
Yeah, but I'm ready for a phase that rivals the first 10 years. And they have not set that up yet, and I'm waiting to see what.
I did actually enjoy the villain, though. The villain, this is after a long time I enjoyed a Marvel villain. She's died, she's dead now, but she was fun. She was a fun villain that I really enjoyed. But Marty, have you seen the animated X-Men show, the '97 when they revived that?
No, I was too old to really get into that at the time. So I
think you should check that out. I think you should check out the new show.
So, Marty, I have a question for you. Yeah. What did you think of WandaVision?
I liked WandaVision at the time. I think WandaVision was the first Disney Plus Marvel show, and then the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think, was the second.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that too.
That was third.
Huh?
Cap said Loki. Loki was third.
Loki was third. I even enjoyed Loki to a certain extent, but when they got, and here's my, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I think I've said this before. Here's my bias. I have never liked Kang as a villain. In the comics, when he showed up, I was like, oh crap, I hate this guy. He's a nothing villain. He's just a nothing villain. And then they're like, okay, we're going to set up Kang as the big bad for the next phase. And I went, well, that's going to suck for me because I think he's a nothing villain. And then, you know what they did?
I knew what you said, Cap.
They did nothing with him because he's such a nothing villain. And now he's out.
Yeah, like it'll be interesting to see if they ever do address that again, and what they're actually going to start doing with Doctor Doom, because now we know it, and it's like, well, we're not probably going to see it for 2 or 2.5 years for whatever their plan is there.
Yeah. But Doctor Doom should have been the next big bad all along.
For real.
So in a sense, he could have been, because if you think the first Avengers movie, Loki was the villain, but when they eventually got to Thanos, it was like Thanos is kind of the big bad of like 3 Avengers, like movies, 3 phases in one go. So they could have used Kang as like the equivalent of Ultron, and then someone else, and then got to Doctor Doom whilst building up Doom along the way.
Yeah, you could have tied it in because one version of Kang is an alternative relative of Reed Richards.
Yeah, Franklin Richards.
Oh, hang on, guys. We are being invaded. Wait for it. It's Tim!
Hey, Tim.
Tim!
We missed the intro!
Hi, friends. How are you?
We're good.
I would play the intro one more time, but it's too damn long.
It is too long. I'm not going to lie. When I was there's an epic intro, and it lasts a good, 2 minutes. Which is far longer than like a 30-second intro should be. But
we will use that as an outro. We will use that as an outro.
4 times longer than a 30-second intro should be.
Yeah, anyway, it's even longer than that. I rounded down. We were just talking about. Sorry, what's that, Marty?
I was gonna say we can get off of this now. You all know I have deep Marvel feelings, and
oh no, I just wanted to hear your opinion
and
on watch the new episode tonight and DM me your thoughts on Agatha.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see where they go.
Good. We'll come back to some more hot takes and stuff soon, but we're gonna go on to a new segment on the show. Now, for now, let's introduce Yes, so now we are going to be entering the Phantom Zone. So
I wish you could have put our faces in there.
I thought that was Dave's face.
Martin, you know what, right? So, okay, so before I look at this, a great new introduction to the segment. We'll find out what it is soon. That is great, Dave. You froze totally there, right? You froze totally. I'm going to tell you what. I said this after the show, after Extreme Improv last night. With some of these new graphics and that, I can't see what the audience who watch or listen, well, the audience who just hear the podcast version, you need to tune in and watch the video version because you miss out so much. But I can't see their reactions, but I can see your reactions. So that's why I kept things a surprise, just so I could, for my own purposes, just see how you guys reacted to it. But I swear on my life, I think we should do a little bit of filming for the intros and stuff like that, and I'll update it. Because, the video, I use clips from us from the shows, but I think we just need to, grab our, iPhones and stuff and just, film a couple of cool things, and then we can literally put ourselves in the Phantom Zone. But,
you can also give a voiceover for the audience. We are just playing a very cool video that you should definitely go to YouTube and check out.
Yeah, go to the Geek Battle YouTube channel, guys. It needs more subscribers. But with this, we are going to enter the Phantom Zone, and the format of this segment is familiar. If people are aware of the shows like Room 101 or something like this, and the idea is I'm going for this first week. So one of the changes with Geek Battle is that I'm going to give you a couple of topics or ideas, and you guys can throw topics in advance, so it gives people a sense of knowing what we might talk about. Because that way we can probably bring a bigger conversation. Because if I gave this example yesterday, if I was like, hey, we're going to talk about like the original Lord of the Rings movies, you might be like, oh, I love them, but I haven't seen them in 9 years. Whereas if I said that we're going to talk about them next week, you might either decide to watch them, or you might, it'll give you a bit more time to think about them and what your views are.
For Lord of the Rings in particular, you have to give me some lead time. You have to give me at least 2 weeks. If you want to watch,
we'll have the lead time. We'll have the lead time, and if people, it's not homework. If people want to prep stuff, then they can. If they don't want to, then it's no different than what it's been anyway. So with the Phantom Zone, after today's episode, I'm gonna find out who would like to do it in advance. But the idea is, one of you will submit your case for why something that you don't favour from the world of geek movies, video games, comics, or whatever, some specific thing or some thematic thing should be banished, never to be seen or heard from again in the Phantom Zone. So, have a think now, because it's only going to be one of you. Hold this thought, Nick. It's only going to be one of you. I'm going to roll the dice to see who it's going to be. And it is Dave MC. So, Dave, I would like you to think for a second. What would you like to see banished to the Phantom Zone? We'll all then discuss, but you get to make your opening case of what you would like to see banished, and then we will put it to the vote of whether it will be entered into the Phantom Zone or it will be left to reign free in the world. Dave, what springs to mind?
The only thing that springs to mind, well, I'm holding it right now, something Doctor Who related.
Oh,
It is the I've forgotten the number of the season, from Jodie's season, all of Jodie Whittaker's season.
all of Jodie Whittaker. Right, poor Jodie right there behind me.
I'm sorry, Jodie. You're amazing in Broadchurch, but in this, no.
Wow.
My reasoning is because what they kind of like having Jodie as being the first female Doctor, she had a lot of pressure on her shoulders,
Yeah.
and the stories did not help her case. That's more of a writing standpoint than anything else. Stories didn't exactly help her case. There were agendas thrown in there. So a prime example was the line was like, no, the Doctor is a man. I've had an upgrade. As a slap in the face of everything that's come before. Having the Master be like a giddy, excitable child on caffeine. I don't know what they were thinking with what they did with the Master. And the very important thing is the timeless child. Why make the Doctor the center of the universe? The whole point of the Doctor is that the Doctor is not special. Yes, they're a Time Lord. Yes, they can regenerate, and yes, they have knowledge of the universe far exceeding anything a human has. But he's not the center of the universe. He's not the secret of regeneration. He's not this, that, and the other. So I say, Jodie Whittaker season onwards, get rid of it. Just
wow. Okay, now look, we Dave, you were put on the spot here, and you've chosen a subject where probably I'm the only other one that's watched it.
I'm really sorry. So it's all. I'm sorry, guys. It's the only thing that came to head.
I have thoughts on this.
Okay,
but I
on,
mostly agree with Dave.
Okay, why?
So I started watching Doctor Who with the Jodie Whittaker season, and I'm like, there's got to be, and one of my good friends told me that was the worst Doctor ever. And then I started watching like the David Tennant season, and then everything that was like the modern Doctor Who from Eccleston forward. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I like everything except the Jodie Whittaker stuff. That, and I also have issues with the Sonic. I have.
What's your issues with the Sonic screwdriver?
So the Doctor Who should not have, the character of Doctor Who should not have like a key to all technology and like that just handles everything. It's
most of the Doctors have had it, Nick. Most of the Doctors have had it.
I'm aware, but it's still like a giant plot device. It's like Batman has the power of bullshitsu, as my friends say. That he's like,
it's a bad credit card. It buys everything.
Exactly. And he has every possible plan for every possible contingency. And that's just not a thing. I feel the same way about the Sonic.
Okay. So I'll give a quick thoughts, and then we can. Anyone else that wants to put thoughts into it, and then we'll put it to a vote. Bless you to whoever sneezed.
It's the wife. It's the
Oh,
wife.
it's the wife. Right. So, my thoughts are: say, obviously, Dave, you were put on the spot, and I'm completely with you. If we would say the Timeless Child storyline, because I think it's probably the worst thing they've ever done in Doctor Who to kill the lore. As a performance, I thought Jodie Whittaker's acting as the Doctor was very much in the realm of David Tennant and Matt Smith's energy and stuff, and I just think she never had the good writing to back it up. So I don't know. I think the Timeless Child storyline I would happily put into there. You can't rewrite what's obviously already been, but I don't know that I'd put the entire thing since then. There was the Weeping at Angels episode with Jodie Whittaker in was actually, to me, the best story they did with her. But and that I don't know, that's a episode I'd happily rewatch. But
I was really disappointed on Matt Smith's Angel episode because like I just came off watching David Tennant's
Which one? Which one, Cap?
The one where there's like with the new girl who is Nebula. She was in it. And there was a blonde doctor as well. I think she was a blonde, probably a doctor. Probably.
Oh my God, River Song.
River Song.
You know what, this is literally all of the Weeping Angels episodes from the Matt Smith era. We have.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be more specific, Cap.
Are they in caves or are they
probably
in a
the
hotel?
first one, I think.
Yeah, I love that story. I love that.
There was this time thing. There was this time wall thing that was like ripping throughout the whole thing.
I love that story.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
No, they're not scary anymore. The first one that was really scary. This one,
I do agree that they perhaps had a little bit of they broke some of their own rules within that story. But anyway, we're gonna get massively off point here.
I want one thing to add.
Go on, Nick.
I've always thought that the Doctor, instead of being is more of a similar to like the Watcher in Marvel. Like he watches that experience and interacts, but he's not like the main, the thing that causes all the events. He just observes, similar to like Uatu in Guardians of the Galaxy or the Watchers in Marvel. So.
What I will say, Nick, on that front is that he did actually he was actually a part of major history in that not the Pompeii story, but he was actually in the first incarnation was in Rome when the Great Fire happened.
Which I have never. That's like super. That's the first Doctor, right?
That's the first Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I started in the Eccleston era. Was the first one
let's hold this thoughts, guys, because we're gonna we need to manage time because we've still got some games and things to get to and perhaps some other chat. Tim, Marty, do you have any particular thoughts on this if you haven't seen it?
I have not seen it, so I will not. Other than loving Jodie Whittaker, I've just not seen it.
Yeah, Tim, same deal with you.
I've not seen it, but I really think that everyone's thoughts are well worded, and I think everyone did a really good job of presenting their case.
Okay, good. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to set a proposal, and if the people are in favour of it, then I'll say this is what we can send into the Phantom Zone. Rather than send the entire Jodie Whittaker era, which I think was more miss than hit, I think we could probably all agree that the Timeless Child storyline, which broke the law and changed the history of the entire 60 years of the show, that alone is an easy candidate to go in there.
I was going to ask, could I change it to the Timeless Child?
Let's just flush the Timeless Child, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to get a dramatic flush thing, but we're now going to send it, boom, into the Phantom.
Sorry, Jodie Whittaker.
Look.
No,
I hope she comes back to be the Doctor at some point. Because to me, she can have a redemption thing, just like I always say about Andrew Garfield coming back as Spider-Man. With the right writing, he was awesome when it came to it.
She is, but she's doing Big Finish audios now. So I think with Big Finish, she will be okay.
Okay.
What you guys said is it's a creative process, It's not just, it could be the writing, it could be the directing. It's, pinning it just on one actor or actress is difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, everybody's got their own. You know, I didn't like Matt Smith, so.
Oh, I loved Matt Smith as the Doctor. I loved Matt Smith. Right. Okay. So, guys, do we have any other hot takes before we go on to a game? Okay, Dave.
I do have one. It is video game related. I saw a trailer for a new survival horror game, Jurassic Park. They're finally making a Jurassic Park survival horror game.
Wow.
So it's taking place. I think the blurb, if I'm looking at it right, it says it's a day after the events of the 1993 film. You play a researcher or a scientist who's been left behind, and you have to traverse Isla Nublar during, well, pretty much everything else. And they've got the dinosaur models in. In the trailer they show the Dilophosaur. They show obviously the T-Rex because it's a T-Rex. But they do. The thing they do show is in the film they lock a Velociraptor in the fridge, but now they've shown the fridge is open, so the Velociraptor that they locked in there has now got out. But it looks good. Like the trailer looks good. They haven't released a lot of game footage. So they've released a bit of alpha footage for it. It looks okay. You know, the lighting is a bit off for the T-Rex chase scene, but it does look okay, and it's something I will definitely look forward to playing.
Is this Jurassic Park Survival?
That is Jurassic Park Survival.
Okay, I'll see if we can bring it up. But I still have the old force field, so I'd have to use. Cap, give us your thoughts.
I do have to say, like, I've not seen The Simpsons, but I do know the clip where the Velociraptor comes in and it looks like, "Oh dear sir," and it puts the holes in the pipe and gives you a Sherlock Holmes explanation on how smart it is. Can we make a game about that? I would love a Velociraptor Sherlock Holmes.
All right. Okay, Tim.
I watched 1995 military science fiction thriller called Digital Man, and I saw some YouTube short on it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so bad! I have to watch it so I could talk about it at Geek Battle." And it was so bad. It's like a Terminator designed by the military. Goes rogue, and they never explain why he goes rogue. Even though, and then there's one person that shows up at the end of the story and just solves all the problems. And it's like, it's awesome. It's like it's campy as I love it. I love it because I don't like it so much.
Okay, I'm gonna find the trailer.
Punishment.
Oh god. It's like a casserole. I've never had one before, but it's just everything's mixed together in one bad recipe.
You've never had a casserole?
I don't think so. Maybe I've made a casserole or something like that, but sorry, I probably shouldn't say that about people about casseroles.
Okay, let's bring this up.
So
So
here's my hot
is-
take, Tim. You're anti-casserole.
Tuna casserole, I don't know if I would ever eat that. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. No, I'm not sorry.
Is a casserole different in the US? Like casserole to me is like
You can make a tuna casserole. I've heard it.
Okay, let's have a quick
I
look
make
at
a pretty damn good tuna casserole.
Okay, so here is Digital Man. Is this a 1995 film? Does that sound about right, Tim?
95, yes.
Okay.
I'm getting a phone charger, so I'm turning my video off right now.
Okay, go for it. So there's some bad CGI, certainly.
Oh, good lord! What is that?
It's like Area 51, the video game.
Oh my god, what is that actor? What do I know him from? He's in
Breakfast
Die Hard
Club.
Breakfast Club. He's the teacher.
A Breakfast Club. Oh my
He's a
god.
principal
I
in
recognize
Breakfast
him
Club.
from.
It may have been in Breakfast Club. I don't really know.
100% was in Breakfast Club.
It's like a RoboCop suit where they just don't have a helmet. They ran.
I was just about to say, it looks like RoboCop meets the Borg.
It does look like Borg. You're right.
So those guys right there, the 5 soldiers, no one knows if they're cyborg or human.
Oh.
So they're dealing with that. See, look at that. The explosion where the guys like fly up in front.
Look at that flip. Look at that epic flip.
See that?
If ever I get blown up, that's how I want to go.
Assuming then it's like a 90s death. So if you do a front flip in a 90s film, you are dead. You know,
Yeah.
it's just explosion behind you, you're dead. That's it.
And
They
so
die
the
by yelling out, "Wee!"
Do
do you remember the woman in Aliens who has the machine gun with like the thing over her shoulder and she's like holding with two hands, right?
Yeah.
Well, every soldier has a gun like that in this movie, and the 5 soldiers that you see like running, it looks like they were given these like cheap flamethrowers that just make puffs of fire, and then like you don't see the bullets, but you hear the sounds, and then there's like explosions in the background, and it's so bad, and that's why I love it. It was just, oh my goodness, I had so much fun watching it.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to
I
try
also
some-
watched it while I was on break, so.
Where did you end up seeing it, Tim?
Hmm?
Where did you get to see it? Was it
I-
like
So
Amazon?
we had some time off at the fire station, and
Yeah.
I decided to watch a movie on my break because there's no way
Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna.
sorry, Tim. My bad. I don't mean where were you geographically. I mean, is it on Netflix or what?
Well, I forget how I found it, but if
okay.
you do a Google, it's not. I couldn't find it on any streaming platform,
Yeah.
but if you do a Google search, you might be able to find it. I don't know if it's still up.
You saw it at the
I
same
mean,
place,
Tim,
capsule the first. You saw it at the same place, capsule the first 30 minutes of the substance, basically.
Probably the internet, most likely.
Tim, I would really appreciate, because you like sci-fi and everything, I would really appreciate if you can Google Mass Effect and play it. Don't watch it. This is the one you can't watch. This game you need to play. Because,
Google
it's
Mass
damn
Effect?
sci-fi. It's so much better than Halo. It's that good.
Oh, I played Mass Effect, the first one, a long time ago.
You should finish the series. I would say you should finish the second one and also the third.
Their soundtrack, their third video game soundtrack is like, it's good. It's chef's kiss. It's good to run through.
I'm currently playing it, and so again, actually, when he did Geek Battle, did say that Mass Effect, like we were like explaining which is the best video game, and like I was making the case where Witcher and Red Dead Redemption get to make so much choices and then delivers good storyline outcomes and stuff, and actually said like Mass Effect does that so much better than all the other games. I didn't play Mass Effect at that time, but now I'm approving Ashley because, like, yeah, that game does that. The world building, that's so much bigger, and they did that so much better in storyline. So I'm giving it to Mass Effect.
Yeah. Now, guys, a couple of things I want to bring up before we get on to like a finale game is I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. I'm trying to find the picture right here. It's just not loading. Reload image. Here we go. Superman Legacy. They have shown off, I guess, minor spoilers, but it's not out for a year, and they've already shown this off. This show is getting Crypto, the super dog. Oh, look at that. Typical. Consent, and boom, there he is.
I want him to be a
what's your
German
thoughts on
white
this?
German Shepherd. I want him to be a white German Shepherd.
I'm really nervous that this
That's
Superman
racist.
film is going to be
That's
just...
racist, Cap.
Why? He would be white German Shepherd. He's a white dog. He's a German Shepherd.
You want him to be an Aryan dog?
Oh.
Because
Have you
Volto
seen
is
that?
white. No, but not Volto. I mean like Crypto.
So you want him to look like the cartoon? Wasn't he voiced by Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Yeah, I think yeah, it was Rock's.
Oh, Tim's
Oh,
back.
God.
Yeah.
Right, so guys, but what's your thoughts on this? Like, I'm really worried that Superman Legacy is going to have far too many characters. Marty,
I don't want it to be silly, and it's starting to lean that way. What they're showing me is starting to lean that way, and I'm losing hope. And I mean, I had started to lose hope with James Gunn towards the end of his Marvel run anyway. So I don't, I can't even say I'm cautiously optimistic. Just gonna have to wait and see what the reviews say. But
yeah,
that comes from a very silly period of Superman comics when there was a super dog, a super horse, a super cat, a super butterfly. I mean, there was a
What's the super horse
everything.
called?
I don't remember, but there was a super horse.
They should have like named it Namor.
Yeah, I don't know, but it just skews silly to me, and I'm not on board for silly anymore. There's been too much. We tipped too serious for a while, then we tipped too silly for a while. Can we strike a balance?
Yeah.
I would say with the silliness, there's a good video essay on I forgot the channel's name. Sarcastic Productions. I think there was a good about like the problem with silliness because James Gunn does put in serious moments in his film, but then he undercuts it with silliness, and now every Avengers film does that, and it kind of lowers the impact that you just had because you just like left us tearing, and then you dropped a bad joke, and the moment's gone. Now you just ruined it. That kind of comes off as you're not being honest with yourself. You're afraid that if you make a serious point in a comic book film or like in a silly scenario, you're not going to come off as authentic. So you have to put a joke down to like, oh yes, guys, this is still silly. It kind of takes you back. I would say it makes you disingenuous.
Yeah, Tim.
To follow up on both of your comments, I just remember James Gunn's last Guardians of the Galaxy has like a moment where a biblical moment or reference, I guess maybe to capture some audience, where they have like all the animals coming off of the spaceship like it's the Noah's Ark. And then the end of the movie, they're starting to kill these like space alien dogs that are going to kill a village. And it's like, you just saved animals and now you're like roasting them. I don't know how much of James Gunn is in this and how much of it is the story.
Well, and then right after that was the Warlock Star-Lord Michelangelo moment, which was incredibly silly.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What Michelangelo moment?
Like the finger. Yeah. Yeah.
I audibly groaned in the theater when they did that.
I know, Marty. I heard it from here.
You did.
You know what? Like, I think you bring up a really good point that things, when you look at the MCU and why it became successful, you know, Iron Man struck the right balance, I think, straight out the gate between it's fun, it's also serious and it's gritty in ways, but it never loses the sense of fun, and the characters are fun and can make jokes and stuff, but it didn't feel like a comedy. Then by the time we got to the first Spider-Man film and then Thor Ragnarok, it was like, wow, we've got so much silliness. And in one sense, it was like, and Ant-Man as well, I guess, they were like, oh, we're going to make some of them comedies. And then now we're in the position where they do some things which just don't gel with the rest of the world. You know, the obvious example being like She-Hulk doesn't fit in with the tone of anything else when you look at Captain America and Iron Man dying and stuff like that. I completely agree that when you look at Zack Snyder's stuff, Superman had lost all of the lightness. And this looks like they're going really hard on the lightness, but I'm just so worried that they're just saying, well, look, everyone knows all of these characters, we'll just put all of these characters in it, and it's going to feel bloated, and I don't know what they're going to do with Crypto. It feels like they need to establish... Sorry, Cap. It feels like they need to establish this Superman and the whole universe it's set in before they bring in everyone. Go on, Cap.
My one hope is that they did reveal the shot of Lois Lane, who looks a lot like the 90s Superman cartoon. And they did, like James Gunn did say that that cartoon is going to be like his biggest inspiration. Maybe he said that to get the Gen Z and millennial audience. Maybe he did just for that, for the scoring, and that does give me hope because, like, I think those cartoon shows were incredible, and Justice League Unlimited all went to a good direction. I've been saying that I want the movies to do what the shows did, but again, I do worry about the silliness. Too much silliness.
Yeah. Okay, Nick, I'll come to you, but then we're going to have a finale game just because we're going to end up overrunning for when Extreme Improv is meant to start. Go on, Nick, very quickly.
My thought on the Marvel movies, like Captain America, Winter Soldier, could be, in fact, like a political thriller without superheroes. Basically, like each one of the movies could be like a different, like their own genre. Yeah, Ant-Man is a comedy with superheroes. Like the superheroes are there, but it's kind of like a second fiddle to what's going on in the plot. And if you're following and if you're as invested as we are, we're like, well, this sucks because I don't like comedies, and it's like they're also doing it. Ultimately, guys, these movies are not for us. We're gonna watch them when they're good, bad, or ugly. You know,
To some degree, yeah.
they're trying to get the civilians to watch these movies. You know.
Right, guys, I'm going to pause you at that point. We are going to have a finale game because we need to name a Geek of the Week, and things are very tied up. Well, except for you, Tim. You were a little bit late to get those early points. Sorry, Tim. Sorry. But you have a chance to steal. So we're going to go slightly old school here. We're going to do a guessing game, but it's each of you will get one guess. You get a question each. You're all working to find out the same thing. If it's your turn, you can guess. If you want to steal and put a guess at any point, you can do. But if you get it wrong, you're frozen out of the game. Okay? You're going to be guessing a movie. I'm going to give you literally 10 seconds to come up with a question each. Okay? Because we're just against the clock here. So, Dave, you get the first question. This is 20 questions. What's your first question to work out a movie?
Is it an action movie?
Yeah, not just that, but it would be... That isn't inaccurate. Nick.
Is it animated?
Is it Nick?
Animated.
No, it's not. Tim.
Is it before 2010?
Oh, yes, it is. Cap.
Is this going to be yes or no questions only?
Yes. Okay, Marty. Yeah, that was your question. Marty.
Is it a superhero film?
Yes, it is. Dave.
Is it a Marvel movie?
No. Nick.
Does it have an ensemble cast?
Yes, I would say so, yes. Tim.
Is it Batman Returns?
Oh, you're actually guessing? You're actually guessing there? Do you mean to do that? Oh, no, it's not. Tim, you are frozen out of the game. Right. Cap, over to you.
Is it part of the Snyderverse?
No. It's not. Marty?
Is it a Batman film?
No.
Okay.
Is it a Superman movie?
No, it's not. Nick?
I'm going to take a guess here.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it Blue Beetle?
No, it's not, and you're frozen out of the game. Okay. Okay, Cap or Fave?
Is it Wonder Woman?
No, and you're frozen out of the game. Guys, if you
No,
guess...
I was a question. That's not a movie. I'm saying is it Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman's the name of the movie! Right, no, sorry, Cap. Look, I'm sorry to be harsh here. We're almost out of time. Marty?
Is it a DC film?
Yes.
Okay.
Dave?
Does the character have a weapon?
Lots of characters have weapons. So, Marty?
Is it from the 90s?
No. Dave?
Okay.
I'm gonna guess.
Okay, go for it.
Is it Green Lantern?
No, it's not. Marty, it's down to you. Do you have a final question and a guess?
Is the lead
Oh
character
no!
female?
I know what it is.
No, it's an ensemble. We established this ensemble. Okay, Marty, you now have to guess.
Is it Suicide Squad?
It is not. Okay, Capital Fave, do you know what you think it is? Are you going to say Suicide Squad?
Okay, Aquaman.
No. Okay, guys, the biggest clue when Cap asked, is it a Snyderverse movie? It's not, so what's it going to be? If it's not a Snyderverse movie, it is a Zack Snyder movie.
Is it The Watchmen?
Watchmen, Tim.
Watchmen.
I'm literally going to give you the point there. I'm going to give you that.
Oh.
So, Tim, do you know what? Screw it. For that, I'm going to
You
say
are the
you
geek of the
score at
week.
the end.
Oh, come on. I don't
you
deserve
are
that.
geek of the week. You earned it. Right,
All
you
right.
earned it. The clues were there. Well done, well done. Let's find out where we can find everyone on social media. Starting with Dave, where can the people find you?
You can find me here on Geek Battle on Extreme Improv and various shows. Check out my YouTube channel, Dave MC Gaming. Our Halloween season has begun. We are playing Resident Evil. Videos come out every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Go check out the links to my Discord server, where every Tuesday I play The Legend of Tutti Frutti. And also keep an eye out for stuff I'm doing with Cap and Danny. We're doing a Halloween gaming thing. There's always Halloween stuff happening. Go check those out.
Okay, Nick, are you still with us? That was Nick. Right, Marty, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at What Would Jesus Glue, and here on Extreme whenever I have a chance.
Okay, Cap.
You can find me on Sword Deeds, where I sing, I dance, I throw myself in a bucket, and I work with puppets. And the Halloween season is also on Sword Deeds. The big video has dropped. It's about Mickey Mouse Runaway Brain, the so-called banned Mickey Mouse cartoon. It's only 15 minutes, but it's a long video, so go check that out. And you can also find me on Dave's channel when, well, he's trying to scam me. And also, you can find me on Extreme Improv on numerous shows.
Okay, Nick, very quickly, where can we find you?
At Nstev on Twitter, right there.
Okay, Tim?
You can find me at this Instagram right there, and with the Providence Improv Guild in Providence, Rhode Island. And here when I can.
Awesome. My name's David Pstansky. You find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pstansky. This has been Geek Battle. Share the show, spread the word. There's lots of things planned for the new era. We could only squeeze 2 or 3 of the new ideas into tonight's show. There'll be lots more coming up in the weeks to come. And so with that, until next time, stay safe, always stay extremed, and never forget the nerd rage.
Nerd Rage!
What was the movie?
And boom, we're off the air.
Love it. I love it.
This one is awesome.